guys, I'm here with another video. Welcome to episode 44 of Let's Build a City. Today we're building an ice cream slash slushy stand. So, yeah. Ice cream slash slushy stand. So, yeah. Alright, let's make a ice cream slash slushy stand.
Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make an ice cream slash slushy stand for all of your delicious city building needs. This is the amount of space required to make your stand. Feel free to make the grid. Here are all of the materials.
Alright, let's grab the materials. So we need some pink concrete, need some stairs, some smooth coarse stairs, white concrete, okay, and rods, birch fence, string, white carpet, light blue carpet, light grey concrete.
We will need throughout the build. Please make sure that you have access to all those materials and enough of them as well. Let's begin. So to start with, if you've made the grid, come all the way over to the front left hand corner of it and then count backwards. 1, 2, 3. Start off by placing a pink concrete.
Hello David McDonald.
Right. 1.
Welcome to live stream.
Two, 3 upside down smooth quartz stairs. 1, 2, 3, and then 3 pink concrete. 1, 2, 3. Extend backwards by 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And on the last 3 blocks, extend each one of these upwards by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to take the top 2 blocks and extend them forwards by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should overhang the stand around, just like this. And you can even connect the corner up and down using end rods, like this, if you like. We can even stick a smooth quartz stair just on the end here next to the end rod. And then we want to extend all of these pink concretes across the back of the build. So we want to extend them across and we want to line them up with the front of the build, just like this. Now, as we look at this, we are going to want to, first of all, we can connect the bottom together. And then we want to take not this block right at the start, because we actually want to place a couple of end rods on top of this, but the block behind we want to raise it by 4, so that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Extend the top 2 blocks literally forwards by 2. You'll notice that it lines up with what we have over here. You can even connect these blocks together to make like a little overhang like this. And then we can pretty much connect front to back like this. And it's up to you whether you want to leave the build open top or not. You might even want to, say, fill the top of it in using glass. You may want to fill the top of it in using a contrast material. To leave the build open, a little overhang like this. And then we can pretty much connect front to back like this. And it's up to you whether you want to leave the build open top or not. You might even want to, say, fill the top of it in using glass. You may want to fill the top of it in using a contrast material like white concrete. I think it'd be easier if this build had a top. We also need a door, so whether you want a single door or a double door, that's up to you. I'm going to have a little double door on the side here, not to be confused with Dumbledore. And now that we've done this, I want to make a couple of more things. So I want to make the sign. This is going to be made in front of the top of the stand here, starting on the left. 1, 2, 3 white concrete, gap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white concrete. We want to extend each of those upwards. We then want to place on the corners of the grid 3, I do believe it's 3, it is, birch fence extending upwards, like this. That's perfect. Now, the point of this is that we want to place on top of the
How's Australia?
fence, we can place light.
That's good.
And in between the birch fence, we can place a string. And just like this, we want to place white and blue carpet in between, like this. And we're going to extend the string backwards here and here, so that it just kind of fits in, and we've just got like a nice little canopy. Now that we've done that, we can backwards here, and just like this, we want to place white and blue carpet in between, like this. And we're going to extend the string backwards here and here. So
is it spring in Australia right now?
Like a nice,
I don't know. I actually don't know if it's spring. It's nearly December. It's actually November, so I don't really know.
As well. So, for instance, tweet made in front or not. You might even want to, say, fill the top of it in using glass. You may want to fill the top of it in using a contrast material like white concrete. I think it'd be easier if this build had a top. We also need a door, so whether you want a single door or a double door, that's up to you. I'm going to have a double door on the side here, not to be confused with Dumbledore. And now that we've done this, I want to make a couple of more things. So I want to make the sign. This is going to be made in front of the top of the stand here, starting on the left. 1, 2, 3 white concrete, gap, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 white concrete. We want to extend each of those upwards. We then want to place on the corners of the grid 3, I do believe it's 3, it is, birch fence extending upwards, like this. That's perfect. Now, the point of this is
But Australia had the seasons way different than the UK. Oh, I don't know. I actually don't know the seasons. But okay.
Just like this, we want to place white and blue carpet in between, like this. And we're going to extend the string backwards here and here, so that it just kind of fits in, and we've just got like a nice little canopy. Now that we've done that, we can start adding some more things as well. So, for instance, next to the end rods that we have here on the left, we can make a little sign, or what's going to be an additional sign, out of... We've just got to replace the canopy that we destroyed there. I have to be careful not to do that time and time again. So, we want a little 2x2 sign just here, it's easy to build from the inside. And we also want to use white concrete to we kind of like want to backline the entire back of the stand, right, with like white concrete. And then we want to separate it. So on the right side we want two upside
because I think in Australia it's summer, in the UK. Hold on. Because I think in Australia it's summer in the UK, and Australia is winter when it's summer in the UK. Okay.
So on the right side we want two upside down stairs along the bottom, light grey concrete, and then 3 upside down stairs, 1, 2, 3, and then light grey concrete. Join the light grey concrete upwards like this, and then on the right side here we're going to want to knock out the top 2 white concretes, and then we can get rid of those materials for a sec. Grab item frames, paintings, leather, tripwire hook. Pointed, dripstone, pot, cauldron, chest, block of iron. So, inside the ice cream stand, we want to have a couple of flowers. Well, okay, so these are machines that we're making, right? So on these machines, we want like a mixture of like levers. Like on the right side, I'm going to have just levers here, just in front of the top of the machine. On the left side, I'm going to use tripwire hooks like this, and you might even want to add like one lever instead of like tripwire hooks, you know, or you can just have a little bit of, you can have a little bit of difference just between the left and right. You might even want to place a pointed dripstone here on the left. You see, this is an ice cream machine, and this is a slushy machine, so I'm just using pots for these. Another viable alternative, which we'll explore, is candles a little bit later on as well, but that's what we want to have. Cauldrons want to be placed behind the upside down quartz stairs area, and then to the right of these, a block of iron and a chest, just like this. I want to have, on the outside here, where we have the little 2x2 white concrete side, I want to have two nice looking paintings like this, and I'm just going to place item frames, and I'm going to put some dripstone in there. So they kind of look like cones, that looks like something, it just looks kind of cool, I like the effect of it. And then we are going to get rid of all of these for a sec, and we're going to grab trapdoors, so buttons, yellow carpet, brown carpet. Pink carpet, brown concrete, yellow concrete, light blue concrete, and red concrete. We're using carpets here on top of the cauldron, so it doesn't really matter what series of blocks you put it in, but I'm kind of going for the Neapolitan sort of colour scheme. That might be right, that might be wrong, but I like that colour combination. Like, I like yellow, brown and pink. As long as brown's in the middle pretty much, I think it looks quite nice. We want the same thing at the top of the ice cream machine, so yellow, brown and I'm just going to steal pink from here, like this. The Slushy Machine, I'm going to have a light blue concrete and a red concrete hidden back here. And I want to have an oak trap door with a stone button in front of it here. And I also want to place a little bit of pink concrete here, like this. And I want to have what looks like ice cream cones, so I don't know whether I need to add another row of pink concrete or something like that. And then I want to have like dripstones hanging above or something like that. And then I want to have like dripstones hanging or something like that. And then I want to have like dripstones hanging above where we have the cauldrons. So you know how sometimes they have like ice cream cones hanging up? So that's kind of like the whole deal there, and I think it just looks really cool. So we're just missing a few materials to finish this off. We've got a few different sets of banners to make, and just a couple of other little things. So I just need to swap these out, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, let's do it. So I've grabbed some sea lanterns, although I'm not 100% sure that I like this. To swap these out, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay.
Right, I'm gonna grab the materials what he grabbed. So what I need is some candles. Okay, we're grabbing light blue and red. Light blue, red candles. So, but and start light blue glass, red glass, white glass pane. Smooth stone.
Let's do it. So I've grabbed some sea lanterns, although I'm not 100% sure that I like this. I'm going to place some sea lanterns underneath the exposed stairs on the front of the stand. I'm also going to place a white stained glass pane. That I do like. Then I'm going to destroy all of the remaining area around the stand and replace it with a material that will blend into the atmosphere. So for me, that's smooth stone. Depending where you're placing this, like this could be at the beach, this could be, I don't know, in the middle of the town centre. It could be wherever you want it to be, but you know, just blend it into the environment. Using the right material. So for me it's smooth stone, for you it might be, I don't know, birch planks or something. Speaking of birch planks, we're going to refloor the inside of the stand using birch planks. So, well, we'll also destroy a little bit outside the stand as well, I guess, but we're going to refloor all of this using birch. We've got to destroy underneath all of the cauldrons also, like this. It's not looking too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. So the Slushy Machine, I'm going to place glass in front of the concrete, so obviously light blue for blue, red for red. And then, what I planned on doing, but we will need to grab these stairs here. When it comes to the slushies, I actually think that candles, can you not place candles on glass? What can you place it on? Such a weird block. So, I actually think that the candles look like little slushies, in my opinion. So you can actually place this, if you're on Bedrock, by the way, you've got to do this, but if you're on Java, you should just be able to place them. Bedrock, you've got to trick the candle. You've got to place them on something solid, and then they just hang in the air anyway, and then we can place upside down stairs underneath them. They kind of look like slushies, if you ask me. So, beyond that, we don't really have too much left to add other than the sides. I would consider adding a weighted pressure blade, perhaps, on the stand. I don't know if I'd add anything onto this side here. It's very possible that something would look good there, but I don't know if it'd look too crowded, so I think that I'm going to refrain from that. You could even have like a couple of, I wish we had room for like a candy floss machine or something. Maybe that's something that I've got to design in the future. I don't know why I'm imagining that it might be kind of cool to have like, I don't know. Maybe that's something that I've got to design in the future. I don't know why I'm imagining that it might be kind of cool to have like, I don't know what, I'm imagining this as kind of like a seaside stall by like a slushy brand. Maybe a teddy for some reason. Maybe also an ice cream. I don't know. I might be a little bit off with that. But maybe you can play some candles on the side or something like that if you wanted to. I don't know why those creeper heads are there, but to me it seems to fit. Maybe it does for you as well. We're going to grab a loom now, and we're going to make some of the more specialised banners. This requires light blue banners, white dye, red dye, light blue. Orange dye, that's pretty much it. So, this requires light blue banners, white dye, red dye, light blue dye, orange dye, that's pretty much it. So, throw down the loom, open it up. The first banner, we'll make the ice cream banner first of all. So, light blue banner in there. Attempt number 2, we're going to put a light blue banner in there, orange dye. Make a diamond pattern with the orange dye. Put that back in. Put white dye in there. You're looking for the middle row going horizontally through the banner. Grab that, put that back in. throw that out, put light blue dye in there, and make the upper half of the banner light blue. Grab that, put that back in. Put white dye in there and add a circle to the centre of the banner. Grab... that because you made a mistake on the first banner that we will once again require a little bit more light blue. So grab that, then put the banner back in with some light blue dye and add a border. That's perfect. There we go. That's your ice cream banner. Let's quickly make the... We will also need, because you made a mistake on the ice cream banner, we will also need an additional light blue banner. So we will grab that, put that back in, and then we will put some white dye in there, add a vertical row of white right in the middle, grab that, put that back in. We then want to add red dye in there, make the lower half of the banner red. Grab that, put that back in, put light blue dye in there, and add a border of light blue dye. Grab that, put that back in, add white dye in there and add a horizontal row of whites. Perfect. Put light blue dye in there and add a border of light blue dye. Grab that, put that back in, add white dye in there and add a horizontal row of whites. Perfect. Grab that banner. I'm going to place these banners in a few different places. I want to place an ice cream banner here on the left and a slushy banner here on the right, hanging on of the 2 rows of birch feathers. Inside of the stall here, which we can no longer move through because of the heads, I want to simply label these machines. One with an ice cream banner and one with a slushy banner. Now that we've done that, it's also, you may also want to put a door on here as well. So a couple of normal open doors would look probably just fine. It's looking nice and colourful in there. So next, we're simply going to label our store. This requires pretty much just a bunch of white banners with a bunch of white dye. And a bunch of black dye. So, brand new white banner in there, vertical row with black dye and vertical row pattern. That's the R. Then add a brand new banner in there. We have to make C. So that's a vertical row here on the left, horizontal across the top, horizontal across the bottom. That's C. Next is E. So horizontal across the bottom, across the top, straight through the middle, vertical row on the left. Nice. Next would be C again, but we can just reuse that banner, so we're going to be making R. That's a vertical row here on the left, horizontal across the top, and then a diagonal row top left corner to bottom right. The next letter would be E, but we already have one and we can reuse it, so we have to make A instead. That's a horizontal row across the
ice round.
and also the light. Perfect. Next and last is going to be M. So this is a little bit trickier, but still. We want to have triangle at the top, grab that, put that in, throw white dye in there at the little top row of triangles, grab that, put that in, throw the white dye out, put the black dye in, add a vertical row on both the right and the left. There we go. So we can now write on our signs ice, so I-C-E, space here, C-R-E-A-M. Ice cream. Perfect. I think that it really puts a nice little finishing touch on this. I think that this is nicely, wonderfully detailed. Not too much, not too little. I really get the exact same vibe that I get the vibe that I want from this part. So that's it. So this is what your ice cream / slushy stand will look like once it has been 100% fully complete.
We have made an ice cream / slushy stand. Hopefully you have guys enjoyed this video. If you have, please do smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, hit the notification button so you don't miss a video from me. And I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.